Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I'm here with our weekly advice reading for the current week, for the week beginning September 24th, 2018. So first I want to apologize for my absence. I know I've been away for quite some time now. I've just been dealing with the situation on the home front. It's better, it just has taken time and a lot of energy, so I wasn't able to do much for the past couple of weeks. Still working on it, but until things settle down into a new rhythm, I thought I would do weekly readings for us and the monthlies as well. So I started to work on the October monthlies as well. And I just want to say thank you to everyone for your patience, and thank you to everyone who's reached out and just made sure I was okay. I do appreciate it. So let's just jump in here, okay? So we'll be doing weekly readings, and then I'll see how I feel and how I have time to see if I can post something daily. But I do post to Instagram as well, and to my Pinterest page, and so you can find me on the socials as well. And so for our weekly reading, it's going to be for everybody watching. I'm going to bring up different scenarios to talk about how the cards can apply and what they can be talking about for different people. So just keep an open mind about the messages. Take whatever makes sense to you, whatever resonates with you and what you're dealing with, and just disregard the rest, okay? And let's get into it. Okay, so let's have a look. So at the bottom of the deck is the overall energy. We have the Judgment card. So the overall energy with the Judgment card as our first major arcana card here as well. This is a week of completions for some, putting an end to something. For some, this feels like something that has been going on and you've known what you needed to do, but for whatever reason, wasn't the right time, or there was always other things to look into, or excuses, or whatever the case may be. You just didn't go through with putting an end to it, okay? And I feel like with the Judgment card, that is what some of us might be looking at this week. Okay, enough is enough. How do I really change this situation? Because it feels like something that, you know, we've been putting a patch over, or band-aid over it, but not really healing it, not really treating it. And so we've got to the point where you have to say, okay, stop. How can I really change this, as opposed to going back to same old, same old? The Judgment card here, in that sense, can talk about freeing ourselves from a situation that we know is limiting, from a situation that has been holding us back, and making us feel just drained, just exhausted, okay? Further, the Judgment card here is wonderful news coming in this week about something that it might have been a long time coming. It might have been something that we've had to wait for a long time, or retry for, or reapply for a really long time. And it can also talk about things or people from the past coming back around. So opportunities we may have had in the past, companies we used to work for, people we used to work with or be with, or just have in our lives, and might be making a comeback with this Judgment card here. So let's have a look. So we have our current situation, the Chariot, so another major arcana. We have the challenge, or the obstacle, as the Emperor. We have our help or guidance as the Seven of Cups. And then we have the outcome, if we take the guidance, which is the Star. With the Judgment card and the Star, for some this is all about traveling, maybe out of state or even out of country, to meet a specialist, to meet a doctor, someone you've been talking to online, or you've been doing a lot of research on them online, or maybe that's the guidance, okay? Look for other options there. Get someone else's opinion. You might have dealt with just one person until now, and maybe they're doing the best they can, but it's not working out. So the message here is, don't be afraid to travel, don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone, go out of your area, because there is healing to be had, okay? For some, this is about wanting to walk away. Okay, now this could be Cancer, Scorpio. Well, it's Cancer mainly, but I also wanted to say Scorpio, so maybe Cancer or Scorpio. in your current situation. So this could be you, this could be the person you're dealing with, that could be their sun sign, their moon sign, or their rising sign. It could be the qualities of the person you're dealing with, where it can be, it feels like two people. So on the one hand, very kind, very nurturing, very loving, or supportive, and then if something happens, they change their mood and they just flip. Okay, and it's been going on forever, and there's been a lot of second chances given. Okay, and things are not changing. So that's why you might be looking at, I need to walk away, I need to get some distance, because it's just not working for me. Okay, we also have the Emperor here as someone who can be very nurturing and supportive and a very good provider, but at the same time very, very limiting, very controlling, maybe jealous or possessive, or my way or the highway, does not want to negotiate, does not really want to meet you in the middle. And so that's the downside. Maybe also the downside is you may have a family with this person, so that's what makes it difficult to just move on, to just walk away. There may be ties with this person, and if this is not in a relationship, it could be that, you know, you've signed a contract that is very difficult to get out of. So maybe that's why the challenge is here with the Emperor. The guidance here, we have, do your research. Okay, talk to people, get a second opinion, get some professional advice. For others, this is definitely saying look at all your options. Okay, it's not as restricting, it's not as limiting as you may feel, or as someone may try to make you feel it is. Okay, look at your options. You have options. You have been kept in the dark about something, whether that means, you know, you've been working with the wrong person, they have not given you the right information, and I get a feel of a legal representative. You went to someone, or a broker or something like that, thinking they know what they're doing. Actually, it turns out they may not know what they're doing, or they may know up to a certain point, and that's how it feels like you've been kept in the dark. In that case, the guidance is talk to someone else, get a second opinion. Okay, don't just go on trust and faith of what one person is telling you, especially if you've been struggling and trying and trying and trying, and you're not getting the result you were hoping for. There's clearly something there where you're not getting the support that you think you are supposed to, or that you're actually supposed to. Okay, so there's something there around that kind of subject, but you may have, like I said, been kept in the dark about a situation, whether not given the full information, whether that is intentionally or unintentionally, or you've just been dealing with someone who's just unprepared or immature. There's a situation where you feel like you've been kept in the dark. So the guidance is do your research, talk to people, get a second opinion, also get some distance to clear your head. Things are confusing now. Maybe you've known one thing, or you've known how to do things in one way, or you've been with the same person, or in the same place, or with the same company, in the same job for a long time, whereas it's just second nature. Okay, you're not used to doubting, you're not used to questioning it, you're not used to, because you haven't had to do that until now, but it's just not working anymore. Okay, and that's why the guidance is look at other options, look at other possibilities, and get some distance to clear your head. This is an emotional situation. Okay, so the message here is nurture yourself, do what makes you happy, allow yourself to just calm down, clear your head, and then look at your options, look at what can be done here. Okay, but with the Judgment card and the Seven of Cups, it's definitely saying don't keep yourself in the dark, because it is something where I feel for some it's just you have not been aware, okay, of what's going on, and you're just finding out now, and that's why the Judgment is there as the revelation. But for others, it is something where either you do know, or there have been red flags, there have been gut feelings of, I'm not sure what's going on here, I can't put my finger on it, but I don't know, something's off, but then you haven't really had time to look into it properly, or something to that effect. And then if we do take the guidance, we have the Star. The Star is the victory card here with the Chariot. So the Chariot will take you to where you want to go, okay, but you have to make a change, is the message here with that Judgment card. Free yourself from a person, a job, a company, a limiting situation, a restrictive situation. Free yourself from that, and you will get what you want. This is getting the healing. This is getting the yes, the approval, the permit, the paperwork, the job. This is healing by being on your own, okay, and finding yourself once again, especially if you've got Aquarius in your chart. So that could be sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, or a lot of planets in Aquarius, or your Venus is in Aquarius. If this is in a love situation, it's finding yourself again. It's healing. For others, this is you're successful and you get to move abroad, you get to relocate, you got the paperwork, you got the visa, you got the whatever, and you get to move, you get to travel if that's what you're trying to do. You get your health back on track. Okay, you get the yes in terms of your health, and for some I do feel like this is around a pregnancy. So maybe you've been trying one option and you've been dealing with one doctor because you've trusted them, they haven't given you a reason not to trust them, but it's just not been working out, okay? Or again, there's been kind of things you're not certain of, or things that they don't fully explain to you, and that's why you've been kept in the dark. And the message here, get a second opinion, trust your gut, do what you know you need to do, and then you can have that wish come true with the star card there. So for some, this is definitely about quitting one job because you're dealing with an overbearing boss, a controlling person, limiting, restrictive, giving you a lot of responsibility but not really giving you the credit for it, keeping you in the dark about just how much you do and how much you would actually deserve. Or let's just, take it one scenario at a time. So if that's the scenario in your work situation and you've been thinking about leaving, you've been thinking about starting to apply, the message is yes, start applying. You're going to get a yes very, very quickly. Or for others, I feel like this is just getting leverage, okay? For others, it's doing some research and then going to talk to your boss. If it's not, that you want to leave the company, going to talk to your boss in terms of, I did the numbers, I looked around, this is actually what I should be getting, or this is what should be happening. I'm willing to negotiate with you here, but I cannot just pretend like I don't know that I'm not getting what I deserve, okay? And just having that formal conversation might get you the answers you want, might get you what you want there. For others, this is about leaving a relationship, especially if it's been, you'll know if this is for you, so especially if it's been second chances and second chances and second chances and trying and starting over again, and always coming back to the same point, always coming back to the same fight, always coming back to the same emotions, always coming back to the same thing, except it gets more difficult every time, okay? Then this is about, what needs to happen here, get some distance, clear your head. For some, that could heal the relationship, or that could see you healing on your own, finding yourself again, finding your strength again, your beauty, your independence, okay? Because you're coming out of the illusion of, I thought this was it, I thought I had to make this work even though I was miserable, I thought I couldn't leave, okay? Or whatever the case may be. It could be that other people have been telling you this, it could be the family pressure, like, no, you have to be with this person because you said you'd be with them, or you married them, or whatever the case may be. It's going to be different for everyone, but again, the message here is, so 4 major arcanas, okay, out of the 5 that we're looking at. It's a time to make change. It's a time to take a real step in a different direction, and it's something that you've been already considering for a long time, okay? And that's how we get to our happily ever after. That's what we get to getting our wish with the star card there. That's how you leave one job and you find a much better one for you. That's how you change what you're looking for in a job and actually find something that's a lot more fulfilling. Okay, could be that case as well. Or you start your own business with the star card, you're following your own dream, or you're going back to a passion with the judgment card and the star card there. You get to move, you get the paperwork, you get the approvals, you get your health back on track, or you get the pregnancy or the child. Okay, definitely coming through there. So let's just pull a few more cards just to clarify, okay, just to look around these for a little bit. So let's see. The Chariot and the current situation, and then what is the Emperor about, and in terms of our restriction, our guidance. We're just going to clarify them all. And that wanted to come out, and the star card, that wanted to come out, and another one. Okay, so we've got the Hangman at the bottom of the deck with the Judgment card at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so something we have been contemplating. We've taken ourselves out of the game, so we have held ourselves back from making a decision or from taking action in a situation. It has been our decision. With the Chariot, we have the Five of Swords, the Justice card, and the Empress. So it can be about a family situation for some. It can be that divorce has been on the mind, or a separation has been on the mind, but for the sake of the children, you kept trying to make it work, but it's something that it keeps getting worse and worse every time, and more hurtful and hurtful every time. And we've got air sign energy here as well, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, sun sign, moon sign, rising signs, or it's just hurtful words, negative thoughts, okay, toxic environments with the Five of Swords there. Or this is about you've been promised a promotion, and they keep promising and promising and promising and promising, and it doesn't come through though. It never comes to fruition. Maybe they're actually giving it out to someone else. You know what I mean? So promises made that were never kept, of growth, of advancement, of progress. And with the Emperor, in terms of our obstacle or restriction, we have the Death card, the Six of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. So it's an ending that has been trying to happen. Again, for some, it's about the children. Okay, so we didn't get a divorce, or we broke up and got back together several times. We postponed an ending. Okay, because maybe there are children involved, because this is a family situation perhaps, okay, for some of you. And you're coming to the point where you're thinking, okay, well, what I thought was best, is that still true? Okay, am I sacrificing myself but my children are happy, or am I sacrificing myself but they're not happy either because they can see the hurt? Okay, or there's some sort of conversation around that, okay, or some just contemplation around that kind of a subject, okay. And it is about breaking a cycle, cutting ties, putting an end for good, because with the Six of Cups, it's something that has been going on and going and going, and you leave, you go back, you make up your mind, you change your mind, and it could be in a job situation, it could be within a friendship, it could be within a relationship, anything, okay, where it was your stability at one point, it was your sense of comfort, and where, you know, you felt safe because you knew what was happening, it was predictable, it was safe, it was nurturing perhaps, okay, but it hasn't been that in a long time. So the Queen of Swords is there to say, okay, where does this ending need to happen? Am I still gonna go back and back and back chasing a ghost, you know? And that could be the idea of what a job should be, or the idea of what a relationship was supposed to be, or the idea of what a dream was supposed to be, that we've tried to do a certain way and go about it a certain way, on and on and on, and it's just not happening, it's just not going well. That's what we're looking at tweaking this week, okay? With the Seven of Cups in our guidance, we have the Five of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups. So this means don't feel stuck where you are. Don't give into the negative thinking. Don't give into, you know, feeling like the victim and feeling the lack and just, you know, blaming yourself or beating yourself up over something that when you did it, you were convinced you were doing the best thing you could do. That's what we do. We always try to make the best decisions that we can with what we have to work with. Okay, hindsight is always 20/20, but there's no need to beat ourselves up when all we were trying to do was just to fix something or to heal it or to make it work. Okay, so the message here is don't beat yourself up, don't blame yourself, but it's time to stop waiting. Okay, things are passing you by, opportunities are passing you by, all you have to do is look up. All you have to do is look around. And that's why the Seven of Cups is there, looking at your options. The Five of Pentacles is a card that talks about where we focus on the negative and we don't see anything else around us, so we're asked to just raise our heads and look around. Seven of Pentacles there, he's looking at the pentacles, everything he's invested into this, everything he's put into this, but that's not where the inspiration's coming from. That's not where the opportunities are coming from. Four of Cups, same thing. He keeps looking at the 3 cups on the floor, but then this is not in his line of sight. This is just kind of behind him a little bit. So all these cards are talking about perspective. Get information, get second opinions, look at options, do research. But it's very important that we don't get lost in how could I do this, and why didn't I see it, and you know, why did I wait on for so long, and so on and so forth. That's not going to help anyone. Okay, so it's time to just look at the options. That's what they were saying. Try to take emotion out of it. Try to ground yourself and be realistic here. Okay, everything happens for a reason. So whatever decisions we're making, in the moment, I know that we're all trying to make the best decision with what we have, with what we know, okay, with what we can do. So there's no reason to then go back and beat ourselves up about it, okay? And then in the outcome, we have the Two of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Queen of Wands. So in the outcome, we can create real change with the Wheel of Fortune there. As soon as we are making a change, as soon as we're making up our minds and we're taking a stand, okay, so that we don't have to keep going back and forth, that's when real change happens, okay? That's when it's real breakthrough. And for some it is about successful job opportunities, for others it is about pregnancy, for others it is about relocating maybe to a different place or a different state or even different country altogether. It's about independence with the Queen of Wands there as well, okay? No more doubt, no more hesitation, no more self-sabotage, okay? It's independence, it's strength, it's confidence, okay? And making real change happen with the Wheel of Fortune there, okay? And the wait is over. The wait time is over with that Two of Pentacles. Wait time is over. All right, it's time to get ourselves back into the game. It's time to come down from that pole, okay, that we've kind of tied ourselves to. The wait is over. It's time to make a change, okay? So that is our reading for the week. I hope it helps, okay? Let me know. I'm really looking forward to your feedback. Let me know what you think. I hope the format is helpful, insightful. Let me know how the cards apply to you. If they do, what kind of scenario is played out for you here. But yeah, thank you again for your patience. Thank you for all your wonderful support. Let's have a wonderful week. Let's make the most of it. Create change. And I will see you again very soon with the October readings for each sign. Okay? So take care and bye for now.